matter, your thoughts, your habits, that's what your life is. So that's in between the beginning and the end. So all of in begin and between the beginning and the end is what you're living, but to what matter? Is it a darkness that you are being formed from? So darkness is not bad. Darkness is a place where you're being formed from. So from there, are you distributing or showing forth light, which is then matter, which is in the high? Well, what is so light? We talk about light, then you talk about white, because light and white is in that same kind of dimension. What is that? Purity. What is that? The essence of being true, right.
So white is considered the absence of light?
So
or light or black is the absence
black is the absence of light. That's by
black
definition.
Is the absence of light.
Yeah. But you can't have did I write that? I'll have to go look at that again. You can't have light unless you're black, unless it's darkness. But then darkness consumes all light. So now you're talking about walking in, as you're walking in that place of darkness. I'm using the place of darkness as the place where I am is, or the place where beginning is, the place of spirit, the place of ancestor land, the place of the unseen, the place of, because you can't, all of that is, you can't, and darkness on the sense that we don't understand that. We don't really know what it's about. All of that is, so we're redefining black, redefining blackness. We can say death, we can still hold death, because why? Because in that place you're absent of this flesh, which we call death. But walking in light while you're here, because we're not supposed to walk, we can't walk in, we're moving from darkness. So darkness is not the negative concept that we're looking at or have seen, because nothing can become until it, and nothing, something has to, you have to come from something. We're not coming from light, we're actually coming from darkness. As it says, in the beginning was dark, void, without form. So we're dark without form. Form is your physical walk, manifestation, that's form. We're forming. So what are we forming, right? So light then is the manifestation of your darkness in the flesh. That's light. So what does that mean? That means your spirit being and manifesting in this flesh is what we call light. Light still is giving off, its darkness is being lit. If you think about light can't be light without darkness. Can it?
No.
And more accurately, light had to come from an idea. They show light. Where'd it come from?
Darkness, the nothingness.
The nothingness. Darkness, the nothingness, the whole, the spirit, all of that. But see, now this begins to make sense of why they're so afraid of the dark matter. Because they don't understand it. It can form anything. It's not that it's without form. It is, right? They can't look at dark matter and say, that's dark matter. Because dark matter is the essence of a beginning, and it forms into whatever. And that's the same thing that they are, one of the things that they don't understand about who we are, because they don't see how we're coming up with stuff. They don't see how we created stuff back then, and they cannot, how did they do that kind of thing, right? That's why they went to Egypt, to Africa, to study us, okay, as far as all knowledge, because we were here on earth mapping the stars, or and having that outside in the darkness interaction,
The unseen.
and then it seemed that we were doing that in the flesh, which is why it elevated us to God. So that's kind of what this morning was about for me.